Good morning, campers! How you doing? Well, it's actually good afternoon, but there you go. Good afternoon, everybody. I am very excited today, but before I go any further, hopefully in about 5 seconds you are going to see young Mr. Tom do an introduction for me. Tom is the boy, or the son of a good walking friend, camping friend, and a big inspiration to me, to be fair. A chap called Stuart from a Clebry Walks. I will put a link to his YouTube channel in the description. Stuart's egged me on, taken me on a few things, and he's been a really big help, and he's a fantastic guy. Sorry if this thing keeps bobbing around. This is Oscar, Suki's monkey she gave me, so you just have to put up with that. So anyway, all things being equal, you're about to see Tom do the introduction.
Good morning, campers!
Well, there you go. If you saw that, Tom did it. Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, Tom. You, sir, are a gentleman. The reason I'm so excited today, guys, is I am venturing further afield. I'm heading up to the Peak District. I'm doing a solo overnight at the Roaches, a very popular wild camping spot. Easy access to the Midlands. It's only about 40 minutes further than where I normally go, up the Shropshire Hills. So I've had a bit of help from a few people in planning this one, so they know who they are, so I'd like to say a very big thank you to them. So yeah, I'll keep the introduction short, and I'll fill you in on the way. This is going to be back to basics. I've bought a rehydrated meal, I'm cooking a rehydrated meal, but I'll show you all that later. And it's just going to be, a plod, an overnight camp, pitch in the tent. Got the Naturehike today, so that should be good. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into it. I'll see you when I get up to Staffordshire. Well, welcome back. So here I am, about 2 miles from my destination, but I've just turned the corner of a road, and this is what's greeted me. I believe somewhere up there is where I'm going to be tonight, because I don't know if you can see, but in the middle distance there's a body of water. Well, that's westerly of where the Roaches is, and I'm noticing an awful lot of flying ants. Anyway, I just thought I'd stop and say hello. Look at that for a view. That is pretty spectacular, I have to say. Hello. So I've arrived. A little bit noisy, I'm on the road. I've parked at the Winking Man. £3 they charged me, so I'm very pleased with that. Nice and secure. It's not open on Mondays. I happen to turn up on a Monday, but they still accommodated me, so that's really good of them. So I'm about to head off on my way, so I will update you on the way. Stay tuned. So I've started, got a car coming. First part of it is down the road, so nothing really to report as yet. It is beautiful out here, mind you. See, the views are absolutely gorgeous all the way around. Got fantastic rock formations. So it's not particularly busy. I thought I'd start filming because I hadn't seen a car at all, and then two come along, quite typical. So I'm sort of heading off in that direction, so don't need the sticks yet. It's a bit hazy, so I am hoping I get a sunset. It should be nice. Got plenty of time to catch the sunset, there's no hurry. So, and apparently my luck's going to be in tonight because there's rumoured to be a mermaid here. And, well, mermaids like me. Especially Mako mermaids, but that's another story. But yeah, mermaids like me. I went off to America with a mermaid once, and that is a true story. So, right. I'll check in with you when I get off onto something that isn't tarmac. So, still walking along the road. Probably done half a mile or so now. I've come from the other side of those rocks over there. However, I've just come to a really interesting road sign. This one. Don't know if you can see that. All it says is 2 miles. 2 miles for what? That is the question. So, I've just passed a public footpath going across the road, which actually runs right through the centre of the fields either side of me. I don't know if you can see over there, but there's a little wall and it runs parallel to that. And there's a sty on the side of the road just somewhere down here. However, it doesn't look like anybody has actually used that in a million years because all the grass has grown up. It looks like a real struggle to get through. Because where I want to go, and I'm assuming where most people want to go, is at the top there. So I'm not battling the sun, but I'm going to get a shifty on because it's 5:45 and we're at a time where probably 7:30ish it's starting to go dark and I want to get somewhere and get pitched up. So otherwise I'll have a nice 5-6 mile walk and drive back home. So this is absolutely beautiful. Lovely little fence over the ravine. So I'll check in with you when I get a bit closer. Oh, hello, welcome back. Okay, so I've done about 1.5 miles. I can see the road way in yonder distance. You're not going to be able to see it, unfortunately. But at the very top there you can see cars moving. So I've basically come all the way down that valley, all the way down there, and then from the bottom there it's been a good, gentle but consistent incline, and I am marching because as you can see the sun's quite low. So there is a footpath here, so I'm going to cross this little bit of a stream, or dribble more than anything. There's the footpath sign, and then I'm going to follow that up over the bank. So if I had more time I would do it twice and get some YouTube miles and watch me climbing over it, but unfortunately I'm out of time. So I'm just going to go for it, and then when I get there I'll have a lot more time to do things. So I'll see you in a minute. I like these little pauses. You'll generally find that when I do one of these, it's normally because I'm completely knackered, and it gives me a chance to get back down to a resting heart rate. Only takes a few minutes, but it's good. See you up there, where I no doubt will be hanging out in my hoop once again. So I'm about 3/4 of the way to the top. This is my view around. I've come from the very top of that far hill down and up the valley. I'm chasing the sunset, but I'm going to be pitching on that side, and I reckon I'm going to have I've just tried to Google, but I've got no signal for Google to find out what time sunset is. But I think it's about 7:30, so I reckon I've got time. I'm either going to pitch there by those rocks or over there by that is my preferences. Or we shall wait and see. Right, I gotta go because I gotta get up there. Okay, I just got up to the top ish. I'm gonna pull my map out in a minute and find out where the trig is. But that water seems pretty close, so I've got a feeling I've got to go down that way quite a ways. And that is the view that has greeted me. Oh, it's spectacular. Thanks, Lucy. It's a good one. Oh, my hands are shaking. Whoo-wee. For me, that was a tough walk. I know I'm out of shape, but I didn't realise I was that out of shape. That wiped me out. But it was good. So I did just under 2 miles cross country at a pace of just 1.8 miles an hour, something like that. So, hey ho. I found home for the night. I was probably a silhouette in all of that. So this is home for a night. And I'm going to pitch right here, which I think looks pretty spectacular. And then I'm going to watch the sun setting over that away. And I'm going to set the alarm to wake up, and in the morning I should, if I just walk up here a little bit, be able to walk up to here and watch the sunrise over there. So that is pretty spectacular. Way, there we go, I'm back. Luckily these t-shirts wick and dry very quickly, because with the backpack on it's quite sweaty. There's still a few people around. There's a young lad coming down now. I think I'm quite next to a footpath, but I don't think there'll be many more. It's about 45 minutes to sunset, so I'm going to give it another half an hour, and then I'm going to pitch up. So then I'm going to have something nice to eat, which should be nice. But yeah, really nice spot. So 10 minutes have probably passed. This young lad you can see probably running off in the distance, but you probably can't see. He was with the lad who was walking over towards me. His name's Adi. He's got no backpack. He's running, shorts and everything. And he came over and said hello. Really nice lad, Adi. So big shout out to Adi. And then he got a bit closer and a bit closer. And then he saw the backpack and he's like, "Oh, you're not setting up here, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh," because they're over in yonder distance. I'll pull the proper camera out and zoom in, and you'll be able to see them in a minute. And they'd got to where they were going to be, and looking around, they spotted this part, but there was nobody here. So, good job I arrived when I did, and also potentially losing my sunset. So we'll have to see how that goes. So, right, I'm going to set up. In fact, I'm going to set up a couple of cameras. One a time lapse on the sunset, and one a time lapse on me setting the tent up, and we'll see how that goes. phone turned around the other way so the light's on me. All set up. Unfortunately, didn't really get a sunset, but it was a lovely evening. I'm all pitched up at the moment. Everything's in the tent, so that's all good. Oh, beautiful city behind me. Let me walk over this way, be careful. If I spin around now, I don't know if you can see in the distance. Advantage of that. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's floating up quite nicely. Let's have a look. There you go. There's the tent and the town in the background. My view, that was the sunset. So that's going to be my sunrise, and I'm going to go and do my dinner in a minute. Okay then, I've decided to video this. I am going to cook inside of the tent, and the reason for that is I wasn't hungry earlier, so I didn't bother cooking. And outside at the moment I'm getting a million flies, like flying ant kind of flies, swarming all over the tent, so I can't go outside. So I've taken the top off the tent, which is the little hat, because it's not forecast to rain tonight. So I've got the vent up here completely open, vent up there. I've also, can you hear that? That's the flying things on the outside. I'm sure there's not one in here. I guess because the thing's off, they're all over the air vent. I've also opened the tops of both of the doors, and in here, halfway up from the tent, from here up, it's all actually vented. So I should have some good ventilation. So I will use those immortal words for Stuart later. Don't turn it up. At the moment, I'm using the I'm just convinced there's flying things in here. I am using the bottom of my pan as a chopping board, and I'm basically chopping mushrooms. So I will edit this down because this is going to go on for a while. What I'm going to be doing is some shin noodles, which I'm going to open and put into my pot. So the pot's going to go on here. And this is a big portion of shin noodles, using the old Victorinox Swiss Army knife. Now, in here, there are a packet of spice mix, packet of veggies, and some of these have, and we're just going to break that a little bit, just to get it into the pan. Some of these have oil as well. Let's see if this one is. No, this one doesn't. So, there is my shin noodles gone in. Now to that, I'm going to add 3 chopped up mushrooms, and this is pre-cooked, and this will surprise the because although I do a lot of vegan cooking, I do that whenever I'm out with my buddy who is a vegan, and I am trying to eat a lot better, and probably a good chunk of the time I eat plant-based, but every now and again I will eat meat. But this, since I need energy, and boy did I climb a bloody big hill today. Might not be big by some of your guys' standards, but by my standards it was bloody big. So, as with all of these things, not really worrying about measurements. That'll do. Just need enough water to do that. I'll put the turkey in towards the end. I'm going to put the vegetable mix in now. and I'll put the spice mix in. And then what I'm going to do is get that to a boil in the simmer and let that simmer for about 5 minutes. I may even hang out of the tent while it's doing that, trying to get the spices to all go down the other end. I will point out that this is hot, hot, hot. So, right, I'm going to bring the camera up just so you can see this to start off with. So, where is it? I'm trying to see. There it is. So that is it in its glory. So, has that got it unshot? Yes. I'm going to put the lid on it, because that way it will come to the boil much quicker. And then, there we go. I've lit this bad boy. Now, Stuart will attest to the fact. Somebody, I think it might be Gok 1, not the original Gok 1, but that's what we call him, Michael, would be shouting out at this moment, "Don't turn it up!" Might even be Tom, who did my intro for me, if he did it. And that comes down to a camp I did on... Well, by the looks of it, I'm still alive. So I've added everything. It's cooking away. I've got a bit of a camping fail going on, to be fair. I normally have a Z-Pack, not a Z-Pack, who is it? Sea to Summit X bowl, which is lovely. I normally have my food in, but I thought tonight I wouldn't bother bringing it, because if I did do the noodles, I'd eat them at the pan I'm cooking them in, which is fine. But the kit that's got my bowl in also has my spork in it, and it's a big long spork to get in and do all the good thing. But again, I'm not worried, because my cook system, every cook system I have, has a fork of some description. So I've got a fork, but it's just not particularly a big long one, and I'm going to have to eat out of the bowl, which means I'm going to put change the clothes down to put the bowl on, because the bowl's going to be hot, or the pot's going to be hot. So just not very well thought out, to be fair. However, it is cooking up an absolute treat. Turkey's in there, mushrooms are in there. See if I can get some of that to the top, and I'll show you what it looks like. And in fact, I'd say that's about done, because otherwise I'm starting to lose my liquid. So I'm going to turn that off. And I survived. So look at that. There you go. I'll show you from this angle, because then you can see where my light is. So that is shin noodles with mushrooms and turkey, cooked in the tent, well ventilated, all survived. So I'm going to go and scoff me dinner down there, so I will catch you guys in a bit. Good morning, gentlefolk of the Shire. How are you? So I set an alarm to get up early this morning to be greeted by the pre-dawn sunrise, which, if I say so myself, is looking pretty spectacular. I've got a time lapse going on it. So you'll see that in the video in a little while. Had a great night's sleep. Got woken up to the sound of moomins. There must be a cow farm somewhere down there. So, just about to capture the sunrise. Getting a bit more texture in the detail of where I am. Thought I'd just share this with you. This one doesn't have a windsock on it, and it is quite windy on the peak, so... Oh my God, would you look at that? Is that a little ball of sun I can see? Oh, look at that. And then there's my lowly camera capturing the sunrise on a time lapse. To use one of my favourite hashtags from one of my favourite YouTubers, embrace it, baby, embrace it. And in typical Dave Outdoors fashion, I'm going to give you that shit-eating grin looking out at the sunset. So, it's a sunrise, but don't worry about that. Yay! Now that is pretty spectacular, folks. Oh, look at the water in the morning. I am a bit on tenterhooks because I am on a cliff edge here, and it is quite a drop. As you can see, just there. So I am keeping well away from the edge. I know if Zena was here, she'd be throwing ropes over the side and should be heading down to get coffee or something. But it's beautiful. So I'm going to have my coffee, sit and watch the sunrise on a rock like a little elf, or with my shape like a little what do they call those things in the garden? Gnome. A garden gnome. Oh, it's coming. It's coming, folks. Look at that. Hey, good morning, I'm back. Couldn't help myself. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that in the distance. Oh, now I know why Dave has this. That is... Oh, can't wait for the time lapse to come for this one. That is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, there's a bloody jet going overhead. If only that wasn't there. How cool this would be. Oh, I can't get over this. This is just fabulous. Definitely one I'll be coming back to, I'll tell you that much. I'll come back and spend a whole day walking up here instead of racing up against the clock. Right, coffee time. I'll let the sunset fully come up and get the other camera to capture that. It's doing a sterling job. It's going to look, oh, it's amazing. Nice. Right, definitely worth waking up this morning to catch the sunrise, because clouds are moving in and the sun is gone. I'm all packed up. That was me, as per the ethos, doctrine, whatever you want to call it. Leave no trace. I can see something little white there, which I don't believe is mine, but I'm going to grab it anyway. That's exactly where I was pitched up last night. You can probably see the grass a little bit flattened. There's this white thing. It's actually somebody's chewing gum, which I don't chew gum, so it's not me. But thanks very much, whoever decided to leave it here. Very nice. So that's me, that's camp. I'm going to start heading back to the car. It's about 7:45. Hey guys, so I've started my walk back. Been going, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. This scenery is absolutely stunning. Oh, would you look at that? That is just beautiful. There's a few walkers around, a few hikers around. My camping buddy is over the way, so I can see the trig point in yonder distance. Couldn't come all this way. I don't know if you can see it, it's there without tapping out at the trig, so that's where I'm heading to. And then I'll head down the valley, up the road, over the next hill, back to the car. So all in all, it should be a good walk. With, you're 100% correct if you can see it, I'm wearing my pyjamas, the bottoms. Going to take the easier of the two paths. Ooh. Because with my dodgy hip, but I will be going up what looks like stone steps. So I should have taken that one over there, to be fair. I have to get a few photos up here. Oh, there we go. Yay! Let's take that out a bit further. Yeah, definitely need a new mount, guys. Look at that. The trig. I'd like to get on top of that one. So here I am, guys, slowly heading down the hill, but it is downhill, which is nice. A bit painful on my knees, but as you can see, walking through some absolutely glorious scenery. These rocks jutting up are absolutely beautiful. At some point I've got to get back down onto the footpath, which I think I can do just here, to be fair. So I'd come around because there were some steps, and what I actually find with my messed up back, shagged up hip, is going downhill plays absolute havoc on my knees. So I have all the fit athletic people. Oh my lord, would you look at that? Oh, that is just beautiful. Yeah, look at these twats, for want of a better word, and I hate using language. Leave no trace. My arse. What a bunch of idiots. They're obviously just kids. They're not hikers, walkers or anything. I dare say, to be fair to them, when I was stupid and young, I would have probably done the same thing. I remember carving my initials into trees at one point. DP for MB. That looks a bit high. It is awful when you start getting dodgy knees. You do have to be a little bit more careful on how you come down these things. But we're getting there. It's not too shabby. So it's a lovely day. Nice walk. The sun is all behind me, and I'm half tempted to turn my hat around. I just don't want to look like one of those guys that walk around with the baseball cap and the peak down the back of the head. My kids would find it funny. I think I look like Luke out of the Gilmore Girls, because that's how he always wears his one. Oh, golly gosh, look at that. And you could climb that. If I had somebody with me, I could get up there and and get an absolutely spectacular picture. That would be amazing. I could do it on a timer, but that's my excuse since I am scared of heights not to do it. Look. I'm going to pick that up, hold on. Really? People? And then people wonder why they suddenly get told, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't wild camp. Because, what is it? Little bag, screw it up, put it in your pocket, throw it in a bin when you get home, on your way home, petrol station. Doesn't take too much, to be fair. Hello. Welcome back. I've been walking now. It's 9:30. About an hour and a half since I left camp. I'm just at the point where I went off track yesterday. What I decided to do was walk the entire length of the ridge all the way down. I think you can see it over there. All the way down there. Ended up down the other side of that valley. I then had to walk up this hill, and then it was a slow, gentle incline down here again, and then I've got to walk to the top of that, and that's where I'm parked, somewhere up there. Okay, hello. Oh, I'm nearly back at the car now. Just got to crest one more little hill. Half a mile left, I would say. Not much more than that. And this stretch uphill on concrete or tarmac or whatever, because it's been all the way uphill from the bottom of the valley, probably like this for, I don't know, a mile and a half. I'm exhausted now, so yes, a nice brunch I think when I get up there. I need to get a new thing for the GoPro, but I'll talk to that. Right, I'll check in at the car. Hello, I've made it back to the car. Oh, am I glad to be here. Right, hope you enjoyed that. Fantastic time. Loved it. Oh, car's locked itself again. Let's unlock it again. So I'll sign off now, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, bye bye. Oh, I never do this. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't like it, smash the don't like button twice. Hit it twice. And I'd love it if you subscribed. Leave a comment, let me know any thoughts. So, see you on the next one. Hey guys, how you doing? So I've come to what's called the Roaches Cafe, and it is spectacular. There's that, with amazing views over the countryside. I'm having a quick breakfast before I head back home.